Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm L. I'm L. I'm L. I'm L. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Who You With Kirk. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm in. Welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm in. 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 I'm in. Who You With Kirk, dog? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm in. Who You With? What the? I'm M. Who You With Kirk? I don't I don't know what happened. Y'all got to see Miss Risky face in the background because she she making all type of face. But anyway, welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm M. Who You With Kirk, dog. In the house again. It's a Thursday night. Y'all already know what time it is on Thursday. My homegirl, my little sister, Miss Risky, is in the house. And but before we bring her on, I want her to stop laughing first, cause she over there cracking up right about now. but I think it might be the mummies we talked about last week. It's probably doing all of that. But welcome everyone on Facebook, to Twitch, Twitter, D Live as always in the house. T Cal, I see you came up house on a Thursday. Happy Thursday to you too. I'm not gonna make y'all wait anymore. My homegirl's in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the floor, Miss Risky.
Hey, hey.
Really?
What?
I gave you a good introduction, like, hey, hey. Like, okay, never mind. I don't know what happened with the theme song. I know when I tested before, it kept playing over and over. I'm like, no, they ain't supposed to be playing. It did it again. So, but anyway, tonight we're gonna hit on a couple of stories tonight. Jennifer Ryan was sentenced today, and we're gonna hit on that. Then also we're gonna talk about um, the guys that murdered Ahmaud Arbery. Um, Jury selection. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Then whatever else come our way, we're gonna talk about a little other shit tonight. And it's gonna be kind of uh, going to play with us. So, you ready to get this started, Miss Risky?
Yeah.
Boy,
No,
you
I'm,
hyped
I'm
tonight.
multitasking. I'm looking at this random story I sent you. Uh,
Oh yeah, we got. I forgot to put it on there, but we're gonna talk. Y'all be careful with leaf blowers. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful who you piss off when form just sits around. But we'll talk about that too. Um, and so the other day, we talked about Jennifer Ryan. That's the lady here out of DFW, out of Frisco, Texas, and um, she tweeted back in March saying that she was going to jail because she blonde, white, have a great job and a great career, and she wasn't going to jail. That probably would have been right if she didn't open up her damn mouth. But the judge had to give her something. And I'm gonna just say this, and I said it the other day. Don't be surprised if she don't get out early. Now she only got 2 months.
Yeah, it's
Two
like
months.
2 months. Like, what is that? Like, you sieged the Capitol,
Tried to
and you
overthrow
get a slap on the
our
wrist.
government.
Like, it ain't like she's a young 20-year-old with good egg years. Like, she's an older gal. Like, no, she's like, don't protect her. Give her the full sentence.
I'm
Like,
telling
and
you,
just out of
I,
spite, like, give
I'm.
her at least 6 months. Like, she needs 6 months. Like, I'll give her 6 months.
Well, that's what she was facing: 6 months of jail
But
time.
that's what she needed.
I feel like she should have got way more. I feel like all of them should have got more.
Well, yeah,
You
they all
tried to
should have,
overthrow
but
our.
they ain't getting it. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. Like they get slapped on the wrist. And don't be a fertile white woman with blonde hair and light eyes. Because, listen, they the mother of our children. We need to protect them at all costs. No, she's dried up. She's in her like what is she 40s? Yeah, she done.
I
Give her
don't know
6 months.
how old the little heifer is,
I think
but
she's pushing 40. Like if she's not 40, she's almost 40. I think she may be in her 30, like late 30s, but still, her good egg years are done. Stop protecting these old white women. Yeah, I said it. These
kind of
Karens
like,
gone too far. These middle-aged
kind of like,
Karens.
the grandmother they gave her probation. Talking about because she had grandkids. She had grandkids when she went to DC and tried to overthrow our damn government.
Exactly. Listen, you've done
Fuck
your
that.
time. Yeah, you've lived your life, Granny.
Be like, hell, to the hell with that. But
Gertrude,
then you
go to
know,
jail.
but but
Gertie,
then
do
you
your
know,
time.
Troy Smarts. I kind of found out he just tweeted, put social media up, and he wasn't even in Washington. Got 14 months, but he looked
But he
like
did.
us.
Yeah, that's what
He,
they do, though.
he looked like us. So
Of course.
I'm,
You get the
I'm like,
max. We can give a side eye and be like, you know what? You're not taking this serious. We're giving you life. It's like it was a parking ticket. Like it's never balanced and fair. But the research
yeah,
we're doing for the end of year show, I'll make sure that include all of the details, and I will come with the facts.
yeah,
I just gotta get on it. It's a lot of stuff. Like I'm trying to narrow it down so it won't be so convoluted and just all over the place. Maybe pick like a few topics that are similar and just go with it.
yeah. We working on that one. Um, Also, for some reason, I started hearing echoes. I don't know why. Can you hear me good?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Uh, Make sure y'all can hear me in the chat because I cut my earpiece down a little bit for it won't give feedback. Want to make sure y'all can hear me pretty good. Um, I'm not surprised about this sentence. I feel like if she didn't open her big mouth, and if the judge didn't hear the show the other day, um, he probably um, would have gave her probation, but because she tweeted out that okay, thank you, TCal. Um, but since she tweeted out, said she had blonde hair, white skin, good job, a great career, she's not doing no jail time. and
Right.
rain on y'all hater parade. She just told how the law is made.
Right. And she got a little too cocky because she knows it works in their favor. Like for real. The fact that she went on and made a mockery of like the whole system and didn't care and got a slap on the wrist, that just proves the point. We couldn't do that. We couldn't have a bunch of brown people storming the Capitol without being called terrorists and having tear gas. And like we could be across the street and they'll send out deadly force.
Well, you
They're
got to look at
terrorists.
it
They
like
don't
this.
need. They need to be. The full sentence of the law. Like we get all the sentence. Like it wouldn't even match the crime that we would be tried for. Like we get life, death. People would like look for the families and just do their own justice and harass the families. Like it'd be like pitchforks and tiki torches. Like it just wouldn't like
All of
it
them.
wouldn't be the same. Yeah, bunch of people in Old Navy just marching.
Now look at it like this. Whenever there was a BLM march, they always referred to them as terrorists.
I'm not sure where that's coming from. Okay, I
What that
found it.
echo?
No, like a commercial all of a sudden just started playing on my computer. I was like, which
I,
window is that?
I think you
I didn't
jinxed
know if you could
us.
hear it or not.
I think you
So,
jinxed us.
why?
As soon as I came on, you was like, "Oh, we finna have technical difficulties,
Well, yeah,
cause you on the wrong
because it always
side."
happens. Whenever I come on the screen and I am on the left side, something happens. That's why it like freaks me out. But that was it wasn't a technical issue. That was just like a random commercial in one of the windows I had open for the stories.
Yeah, I had to. You didn't hear that? Oh, I had to mute mine to keep it from playing in the background. I hate when they come on sometime and I'm in the middle of talking, then all of a sudden they just started talking and it flied in my ear. I'd be like, "What the hell?"
Well, and it's
Um,
funny because the window's been up for a minute, and all of a sudden now you want to start. Like the video's been playing in the background. I had it muted, but now it wants to just cut on. No, you're muted for a
mm,
reason.
that's the mummies you woke up last week.
What noise?
The mummies. That story you started talking about last week. They done
Hey,
woke up
I
on
didn't do
us.
them I didn't do them wrong.
No, you didn't.
Them colonizers, them Europeans,
Mm.
digging
But
up graves and stuff.
so we want to know how y'all feel about this Jennifer Ryan case because I feel like it's just gonna be a cakewalk. She probably gonna end up doing maybe 3 to 5
2
days.
weeks.
Then I
You
started to say
think?
2 weeks, but she probably gonna do 3 to 5 days, and they gonna let her out of prison. Judge gonna feel sorry for her, and she don't start her sentence until January. Fuck that, let her go now. Let her go
My
through the
my sister's
holidays.
so funny. She just sent me a text. She talking about, girl, you looking busty on this podcast. Let me tilt that up a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to you
Lies.
because I'm looking at my face and my name is right where my mouth is. Maybe I need to
I
move
know,
over.
like your seat be doing some things, either really low
Maybe
or really high.
I need to move over a little bit. Oh, I know what I need to do. Hold on. Let me change quick. Now I'm hearing static. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
See, this is where all the technicals. There it
There you
is. Look at that. You're centered now.
Yeah, I had to
Got your feng shui going.
change up. Had to make myself a little bit bigger. So um, yeah. So I want to know how y'all feel about this because this is my opinion. But I know, your homeboy been coming back lately, Gabe. I don't know if you remember Gabe, but the um, during the election, he's the young man out of Houston that actually he would troll us in the chat room. So one night he decided to call and he put his daddy on the phone.
Not his daddy.
Somebody else somebody else talked about his daddy too. Like he did all that in the chat and then put his daddy on the phone. I said, yeah. But his daddy and I had a great conversation. By the time we got off the call, he agreed with a lot of stuff I said. For the simple fact, we all know Trump is dirty.
Well, they're all dirty.
So
Like, and I'll just do this because I can see my little thingamabob in the corner. What is that?
no, I'm
You and
waiting
your
for
little
Marcellus to come in. I'm
Marcellus
waiting for
working
him
his 13 jobs.
and singing, trying to get next to you. So I'm sure he'll be in a minute. Yeah, but so Gabe, he came on, been on a couple of times and trolled us. Um, and as he trolled us, he actually gonna ask if he could call because have you seen that Calvin Kaepernick documentary? I haven't
Nah.
seen it either.
Listen, I
So
wasn't interested in him before all the drama, and I'm not interested in what he has to say now. Like, I don't care. But I've heard
I
some
heard
things.
I heard it's pretty good. So,
Yeah,
but
and people are on board, and I think people are in the uproar because he's saying that the NFL is like modern day slavery or something like that. And I was like, pretty much, if you're in entertainment world, that is modern day slavery. Like if you have an agent and you're pretty much at the whim of your agents and management. Like they have long contracts for a reason because all they are just tools for sport to make money. That's it.
and it's only going to benefit them.
Right. So it's like, yeah, and what's the problem? But like I said, I didn't care to watch it. I didn't care about him before or after this. Like more power to him. Hopefully things work out for him. But
Well, Gabe asked if I seen it. I told him no, I haven't seen it, but I heard about it, and I think I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend and try to watch it and then see, give my opinion about it. So he wanted to discuss it Tuesday night. I wasn't able to make it on last night because I was exhausted. You know, when I call you, I tell you how tired I was. I was like, Lord. But
it's been a crazy week, and I think the weather change doesn't help either. Because I was like, I'm in hibernation mode. Like I was
yeah.
all alert and cool this morning, and then I was like, I gotta do the show. I literally threw this wig on. It's not even attached, so if I sneeze and it moves, I don't want nobody saying anything to me. Just let it be. All right. It is
well,
what it is. If it shifts,
well, if it caught,
right.
I'll
If
let you
it
know.
gets the gangster lean, just let it be. Let it lean, because that's how I feel right about now.
I feel you on that because today it was like, I was exhausted all day, but um, I did what I had to do. I'm
Yeah.
home, so but I'm counting the days down, counting them
What are we
down.
counting days for?
Oh, it's almost vacay time. uh, I gotta regroup. Gotta
Where are
regroup.
we going?
Well, we putting our business out like that? Going to hell if we don't pray.
I gotta live through
No.
you. I don't even remember the last time I took a vacation. I mean, I remember it, but vaguely.
Now, the wife and I, we're gonna take a quick trip. We didn't allegedly we didn't do anything for our anniversary, so we take
Allegedly or actually?
allegedly.
No,
We'll
either
leave it at
is or you
allegedly.
didn't. You either did or you didn't. There's no alleged. That's not how you use that
Allegedly,
word, sir.
yeah. In this situation, we are. Uh, we'll talk about it later. No, but
So the
um,
plans failed, and you're
so
doing a do-over.
yeah, we're gonna take a quick trip, weekend trip. Hopefully, well, it's not even weekend; it's the middle of the week thing. So I'm gonna take a couple of days off from work.
I know we were at
We
work talking about our vacation hours because I know there's one of my partner in crime. She takes vacation, but then she shows up at work and it's like, you're supposed to be off. She's like, my husband drove me crazy and the grandkids. And she just shows up at work. And I was like, but that defeats the purpose of using your vacation. So nobody takes their vacation. Like we get 3 weeks a year. And I think I still have like 40 hours for this year. 40 carries over into next year. So I'm just like, maybe I should just take a random day off once a week. But I haven't even
yeah,
done that. Like
it
my boss hasn't taken time off. I'm learning more things so she can take things off. I'm like, lady, like, what's wrong with us?
mm,
But I'm gonna try to take a half day tomorrow.
well, that'll be good. Take a half day. I need these days. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I need these days to recruit. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Um, so gonna do that. I'm gonna catch up on some things. I'm gonna work on some things. Um, Need to work on the end of the year show. Figure out what day it will be, and about the grab bags too. So I have time to work on those a little bit also. Um, but
Yeah, I
I'm
ordered some stuff we talked about off the show that I wanted to do. I got four of those. I'm just doing four, but they're gonna have to work for that. They're gonna help us help them for this. You know.
in the one way that you're gonna be able to get the grab bags. Matter of fact, I think
And
one
we
thing
probably
we
actually need to
haven't
meet
talked about.
so I can just give
That's cool.
you my box of stuff so we can just see what
So
happens.
should I add to that box or have something separate?
Why would you have some separate? Like just throw it all together?
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We could just
I mean, I don't have that much, but it's like been here for a minute. Like it's still in my living room for.
all right. That's cool. Well, we could definitely set up a time to meet and brainstorm. And one other things we're gonna ask that you do, definitely share the show, like the page, whatever platform you're on, like it, and have your friends to come on and like the page, share it, subscribe to it, whatever you have to do. Let's do it. Let's go into 2022 doing some big things in 2022. So it's some things that we've talked about off the air that we really want to do. So we're trying to get all of that, but it's gonna take our participation to make it happen. So so that's what we're looking at. But also um hold on real quick. I was trying to debate if I was gonna wait or not. Hold on. trying to do that. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I am Who You With Kurt Dog. Miss Risky is in the house. Uh, Want to welcome everyone on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. D Live is in the house, and also Anchor.fm. You can always subscribe to Anchor.fm. Just a very low fee of $2.99 per month, cheaper than a cup of coffee. And then you can catch shows that are not on the the regular platform. So we will talk about any and everything. So definitely take the opportunity of doing that. Matter of fact, if you are new to the show, take the time out to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends we are live. You can live chat with us, and you can also call in. The number is always strolling across the top of the screen, 972 591 3665 972 591 3665. And also, if you decide to call in, it's just a couple of rules, a couple of house rules, nothing major. Please do not block your number. I get too many spam calls already. I won't answer. And then also be respectful. We may not agree on everything, but it's okay. That's the great thing about it. But we can always talk about it. So definitely take that opportunity now and do it, because you may forget later. Um, so um, you sent me a story yesterday, I believe, and we're gonna hit on this real quick. Kyle Rittenhouse, what was
Um,
wrong with him yesterday?
he's a kid with affluenza because you know that runs rapid in that community. He just had a long day. You know, he was probably up all night playing Xbox and then had to go to court. But the po child was yawning apparently all through court.
Ooh,
Like
excuse me.
he
You
doesn't
making me.
care. Like that's the problem. They don't care because they know they're gonna get off and it's a waste of their time. And so like they go through the motions of like putting on this show. But it's like I think this is gonna work against him because all he had to do was act right. And but I think he may end up getting the same deal Homegirl is getting 2 months for murder of people of two men. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
hopefully that don't
yawning.
happen.
But you know that's probably what like he. I mean, the fact that they are excluding certain details from the trial, you know, and like the exclusion of the word victim. You don't want the men that he shot to be considered victims because that says something, and I guess that tarnishes the image they're trying to put upon this little 17-year-old boy who shouldn't have been out past curfew with a freaking assault weapon, you know. But he's just they didn't give him the memo. He probably got the memo and didn't read it because he was like, I'm a young white male, nothing's gonna happen to me, you know.
Now,
And they go into court with this attitude, so he's just unbothered and weird, like the court is taking up his time. And that's the attitude he's showing with the lack of respect that he's showing. Um, so yeah, I'm over him. I'm over all of them. Like let's just start throwing the books at people so that they can act right. Like for real. Like I think that's the only way that people like that are gonna get the message because the law needs to work and be balanced. Like what goes for one needs to go for the other. And he's on trial for murder. He needs to be treated as such and be charged and get the penalty for it.
well,
So
I think one.
so
I don't
annoying.
know what that is. It is. So you heard it that time, right?
No.
Oh, um, I think one way that we can make sure these people are held accountable is by registering to vote vote. And when you get these jury sermon, go and sit on the jury. Because unfortunately, a lot of people feel like it's a waste of time to go sit on a jury. I
But it's
noticed
not
six,
just like you just going there because they pick these juries.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? So, like, going into the other situation that I sent you, like, they pick and choose, and it's usually for the betterment of their case. And you see that time and time again. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be a jury of your peers, but that's not always the case because you'll get, you know, discounted. But yeah, show up, do your duty, your civic duty, and at least if, you know, presentation is key. Like if you show up and stop putting it off, they'll have a pool to pull from, like a better pool and
exactly.
better representation. And that's and you know what? I don't want to jinx myself, but I've been living in Denton County for 5,000 years and I still have not been called. Am I a criminal? Do I not know I'm a criminal? What, like, when I was in Dallas County, I got them like every other week.
Faithfully.
You know what I mean? Like I was in Denton going to school and they were going to my mom's house and I would just be like, well, I'm a student, I can't go because I was a student and couldn't go. You know, I was in Denton County. And then I got one once when I was living in, like, again, still Dallas County, but nicer part of Dallas County. Um, and I was like an alternate, or like I forgot. It was like pending or something. I forgot what they call it. So I had to call in to see if I needed to show up. No, standby. I was on standby, and that was it. Like I don't mind. I want to be on a case for with Mr. Big. I mean, I got ADHD, but you know, I don't know how much I retain. But and I have sometimes the bladder of a peanut. But like, it'd be interesting. I'm just saying.
Well, I've I've gone to jury duty. I only get picked for like eviction and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never like because they say you have to live in a place for like what 7 years before they call you or something. I don't know if that's accurate or not because I've had roots here for a minute. Like this is it, and not
welcome
one. I
to
don't think they like me.
welcome to the show. All aboard. Haven't been on in a while, but she been catching the replays. Thank you for always tuning in. Please share with all your family, friends, and followers. She said, "I love to do jury duty. Pick me."
Like my aunt's done it, and she has some interesting cases. But yeah, like I'm curious. Like I wouldn't mind doing it. I just didn't want to do Dallas County because I don't like downtown. Something's going on down there. The disadvantages and advantages of living by a fire department and all the stations. But yeah, like I would like to at least go and see see what it's, you know, what it's like, you know.
I would love to sit on a good trial,
Yeah,
other than eviction
I
and
think that would be the only way I'll take vacation. I know I get paid jury duty, but you know, I think I use my hours and just be like, you know, because that's the only time I'll take off work. Because like, especially if I don't have like a planned trip. So I think that'll be something interesting.
yeah. Matter of fact, T-Cal asked, "Where is Marcellus?" Let's see. Call his name three times. He might appear. Marcellus, 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 like Candyman. Listen.
Yeah, don't
Um,
say this name 4 more times.
all the boys said, "I'd love to be on that Rittenhouse jury." Yeah, that Rittenhouse jury is. I don't know who make up that jury, but I know
A bunch
the
of his
jury
peers,
probably is,
they were
but
handpicked.
they probably was.
Because I remember they did a story, but I can't remember the particulars because they wanted to try to get a bunch of people who hadn't been familiar with the Rittenhouse videos and all the things. I'm like, who doesn't have internet? Who know? Like, and if they didn't, or if they claimed they didn't know about it beforehand, they're lying, and you don't want them on the jury. And those are the people they chose. And I'm like, so this is gonna be interesting. They're just gonna get he's gonna get a slap on the wrist because he's got a bright future. He's in school, probably in school, living his best life, you know, and then he's gonna end up being a serial killer. And it's like, what happened? Well, you didn't
until
throw
he
the
do
book at him, and that's
something.
why, and that's what always happens. And give them a slap on the wrist, and then they go postal because they think they're above the law,
True.
and we need to stop that. Just saying.
Now we know for sure. Even the judge had to say there appears to be an intentional discrimination in an arbitrary jury selection, but allows trial to move forward with one black juror. That's gonna be interesting.
Like, I didn't even know what to say about that because that was just crazy to me.
I know what to say. I know exactly
Like, and I
what to
get
say.
jury are your peers, but there's still supposed to be like a mixed crowd. It's not. What was that movie back in the day? 12 Men.
Uh, to our 12 Angry Jury or something. 12
It was
Jury or something.
something. 12 Angry Men or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, they were like 12 angry white men judging a black man on trial. And
Hmm.
I think they remade it, but yeah, like both movies are great and I recommend it. Let me Google it to make sure I know, like, because it's something like that. It's got 12 in the title. 12 Angry
Okay.
Men.
12
Yeah.
Angry Men. Okay.
hmm
Um,
And it's, I guess, it's following the closing arguments in a murder trial. Uh, so yeah, it's great. The original was in 1957. I recommend that one. That was awesome. And I know they redid it later. And I remember seeing it, but I can't remember it because the original just holds up.
okay. Um,
But yeah.
all, all aboard had answered the question when I asked what was the Rittenhouse jury made up of. Said one woman, white, was removed for making a racist joke about the man the protests were about that was shot by police. So I think the judge have already made up his mind because I never heard of not calling a victim a victim. That don't make sense to me. That's just me. I maybe I'm wrong. And then this is why it's so important. Even the judge said there appeared to be an intentional discrimination in an Arbery jury selection. He noticed, but he could have, I would assume he could have stopped the trial, held it up, made him re-select juries in this trial. Because,
Well, I mean, the trial shouldn't even proceeded until they got the jury correct and at least a little less biased, because they said that Black people compose roughly 27% of the 85,000 population in Glenn County. Um, so, I mean, maybe it was just harder for them to pull from that, but I can't imagine that they couldn't find at least, two more Black people or minority people to sit on the trial or on the jury. I mean, what do we know
Now,
what the other makeup of the panel is? Um,
11
because
whites.
they said all white, so they're not even other. They're just all white. So they didn't have any
It's,
Asian, Hispanic, Latino, like nothing. It's just white and one black.
they say it's, I'm sorry, I got a news alert. They say it's one black member and 11 white members.
All right, so here's something interesting because they said Brunswick is 55% black, um, and that is near Glenn County. So that being close to that county, that should have, that should have they should have had a better pool of minority people on this panel. Like that makes no sense. So they're like, yeah, they could have, since he was running in this area and it's near the same neighborhood. There's no reason why there should be a jury of just 11 white men and one black.
Now, I'm gonna say this, and I hope I'm wrong. It's you said it's 55% black.
In the neighboring city or county, hmm
Okay.
Brunswick.
What
And
about?
they said it was in this ABC article that I'm reading from WFAA.com. They said it's so outrageous that Black jurors were intentionally excluded to create such an imbalanced jury in a cynical effort to help those cold-blooded killers escape justice.
You see what all the boy put up? 12 white women, 3 white men, 1 black man, including alternative alternate juries. So how many? Can you pull up how many blacks are registered to vote in that
Well,
county?
I mean, because what are they? How are they pulled from that? Because my understanding is like as long as you have a driver's license or something, you're like on you can be chosen on a jury, right? How do they choose jury members? Like, how do you get in that pool?
I think in Texas, if you are registered to vote and actively voting, that's how they pull it. Now I don't know about Georgia. If you're in Georgia, let us know how you get put picked for jury duty. Because my sister, she lived in Georgia, and she actually told me. Matter of fact, before right around the time when they started the jury selection for this trial, she had jury duty. She said she haven't had jury duty in a while. And I said, oh, maybe you would get lucky. But she didn't get picked. It wasn't for that case either. I keep hearing that echo every once in a while myself, and I don't know what's going on.
Is it on my end or your end?
Now, when I say certain things, I can hear it. Can you hear me pretty good? I tried cutting the
Yeah,
volume
I mean,
down.
I don't hear anything, any distortion.
I can hear it every once in a while. So I don't know. I can hear it in my earpiece. So I'm trying to adjust the volume a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know for sure. Can y'all hear me clearly? See, Cal, all aboard. Can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me because I made some adjustment to it. T Cal said she never heard it. Um, I can hear it every once in a while in my ear. Um, okay, cool. They said they can hear me. But the thing else with this jury trial, this is what Thank y'all. All the boys said um the thing is about the jury trials. I know in Texas, if you're registered to vote, that's one way they do it. And also if you actively voting. Um and that's one way they do it because I know for me, I would get picked um, every year clockwise, and some people say, "Oh, I get picked every other month." No, you're not supposed to get picked that much. Not unless not unless you're trying to escape out of it. Because I think they was in the hospital. Um, I had surgery and I couldn't go, so I had to postpone it. Then I end up going again. Something else happened. I was dealing with going back and forth in the hospital. So when I spent all that time in the hospital, and finally, when I got out, they said, "Hey, you need to come serve." I said, "Okay." So I went on and served. But yeah, but that's how it is in Texas. I don't know about other states. Other states may just say, "Hey, let's pick this driving license," or they may do it based on the case. So I don't know, but if you in Georgia, let us know. All aboard. You in Florida? How do Florida pick the jury duties? How do y'all get picked? Um, our boy said they used the old race by number name trick. They purposely only asked the black jurors disqualifying question that weren't race related. That sound about right.
Yeah, because they exclude a lot of people. Like from what I understand, both sides can ask questions, and you can get disqualified based on how you answer those questions. Um, I don't know. But still, it's like at some point you got to see that the jury is not balanced. Like, there's no way for a fair trial, like, because that's the whole point. You get a fair, trial on both ends, and if everybody looks like the person that did the offending, it's not fair and balanced. But whatever.
I feel like this. See, there that echo go again. I feel like this. That drop. I hate to assume, but when that judge said there appeared to be intentionally discrimination, but he allowed the trial to move forward. Sound like to me, if you read between the line, he might be saying, "Y'all did a good job. We finna get these boys off."
Right. Like, he acknowledged it, but kept it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if I was
This is
the
America, y'all. This is America.
if I was the
Well,
prosecutor, I would be like, "Look, we're not gonna get a fair trial. We need to get up out this city, have a change of venue,
but
and
that's not
file
gonna
a
happen.
motion." I know.
Because that would have been done.
Take it up to Atlanta. And so I don't know. So we let me look at the time real quick because I'm trying to keep us on a tight leash.
Like, I'm trying to figure out why
'Cause
all
I'm
these newscasts or broadcasts are playing in the background when they're on mute. It's like, is there a time limit? Did I not get the memo?
well, I've had some that actually okay. All aboard said, let me finish my statement first. I had some that I can sit or whatever. Then
Yeah.
about 5 minutes later, it just started playing.
Yeah.
All aboard said jury are chosen by DMV registration. That
But
may
like,
be a
how
part.
random, because the fact that I've been here for 5,000 years and I have not been chosen. Just saying. They don't like
They
me.
didn't have.
Maybe
They
they
didn't
they
have.
read my FBI file, you know. They don't know how to take me. I know I have one.
They might listen to the show, be like, "Nah, we need to pass
No, I
her
think
up
I was on
because
the list before then. Because, there was that one
oh,
time I stayed up way too late and ordered something from a questionable site that may or may not, that didn't have a lot of English on it, a lot of Arab and Arabic on it. I was just curious about the Quran and stuff like that. So yeah, I may have been on somebody's watch list. I'm just saying.
mm, oh, okay.
It was
You had me
free.
nervous about where that story. Oh, okay. Yeah. And when you said late at night
Yeah.
and
When you
ordering
stay
stuff
up
that you
late and
can
you
understand,
online, you can go down some random rabbit holes. And I was just like, ooh, the Quran. I wonder what that's about. And then they were
was
like,
it what
free.
you was looking for?
It was the Quran.
Oh, okay.
Like I know how to search online without, going too into the other side. But yeah, I got my free Quran. It came promptly and I was probably on the watch list. But like a lot of it was in Arabic and there were a few English words on there. I just recognized free and get yours now. Okay.
Mm.
I still have it.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. T Cal said, for me, I was summoned three different type of duty. Um, I've sat on eviction. I sat on a civil case. I forgot about the civil case, but the civil case was uh, this guy driving through a parking lot and he hit this woman, but he was cutting through the parking spots and not driving up and down the lanes. And as the woman was driving down the lane properly, he hit her car, didn't want to pay for it, didn't have, told the insurance it was her fault. So she sued him. It, I think it took her less than 5 minutes to say, hey, you need to pay for that. Um, you need to pay for that. So, and it wasn't much to get fixed. Well, I say it wasn't much, but still, you wasted all this time to come to court knowing you was at fault. Um, um, I'm reading the comments too. T. Cal said, "Yeah, you are on the watch list, and you
Oh,
will
I'm
be
sure I am.
something
Because this
soon."
was at the height of like all the stuff that was going on. Was it Desert? No, it was after Desert Storm.
9/11. Okay.
It may have been around. No, it was between those times. I can't remember
Ooh-wee.
when. Um, but I was curious because it was right after one of the soldiers got beheaded online. So whenever that time was, if y'all remember that, that was going around.
And you
Remember
ordered
that?
something during that time?
Yes, because I was curious because everybody was bringing up like Islam and all this stuff. And I was curious about, all right, what are they learning? I need to know. And that was when I was learning, studying all the religions and the basis for all of that. And, I got the Book of Mormon, and all that stuff. But yeah, I still have those books. Yeah. Because I was curious. I wanted to know. I was like, all right, how are y'all deducing this from this? I need to know where this came from in the root. And
Exactly.
if inquiring minds want to know, I will research it and find out.
Yeah, okay. I feel you. Step by. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm who you with Kurt Dog. It's Thursday night. Miss Risket's in the house. We've been talking about the jury selection for the Ahmaud Arbery. murder trial for the murders for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, the three guys that is convicted of it. So the judge found, even though he made the statement, it seemed like a discrimination in the jury selection, but they allowed them to move forward and seat the jury with 11 white members and one black jury. And then we just found out that someone just put in the chat, all the boys said that um, there are 12 white women, three white men, one black, including uh, alternates. So that's going to be kind of interesting. How can it be uh, for murder trial? And then a couple of weeks ago, it came out that um, one of the juror, woman that actually worked with the father, who was a police officer, a county sheriff, or something, and she know them on a personal level. So how can you get uh, for a trial that is not bad? It just don't make sense. It don't make
Yeah, because
sense.
but all they have to prove is be like, well, we were having break-ins, and there was a black man
That ain't
running
got
into
shit to
these
do with the
houses,
trial.
and we felt threatened. That's like the key word. We felt threatened, and they get a slap on the wrist, no matter what. Like, but you know, white people will go up to bears in the wilderness, like after hibernation. Oh, hey, little buddy. But a black man can walk on the same side of the sidewalk with them, and they clutch the pearls. But like, it makes no sense to me at all. Like, are you serious right now?
Exactly. I hear the echo again, and I don't know why. Have no idea why. I don't know what's going on.
See, and I don't hear it. Maybe because my speakers are lower. I don't know.
Um, for some reason, I hear it, but we'll make it through it. We're almost at the end.
But I'm
But
also having sinus issues, so everything's probably all muddled anyway.
this weather have really been tripping. Actually, they saying that some people here in North Texas in the morning could have frost.
Oh, Denton County? Probably.
Probably will. They didn't say which. I didn't hear which ones, but
It's
it's
always
probably
Denton
Denton
County.
County.
It's
Yeah,
always us.
anything up near the Red River, and they
If
always
there's
get it.
hail in the forecast, we'll get it. Tornado.
Exactly. Yeah, up there they will get it. But now I know we talked about a lot of stuff tonight. We talked about Jenny Ryan, who got sentenced 2 months in jail, was facing up to 6 months, but because she felt like, and she probably would have if she didn't open her mouth. Sometimes people, ooh, I had to catch up on that. Sometimes people talk themselves out of things, and she talked herself out of it by her. Well, she tweeted herself out of it because she tweeted that she had blonde hair, white skin, good job, great career, and she won't be going to jail. That put a spotlight on that judge. She was facing 6 months in jail, but instead he gave her 2 months in jail. But he gonna let her enjoy her holidays before she go to jail. Now I said the other day, I
Where do
don't
you do that at?
exactly because
Let me go on my vacation before I go to the pokey.
hell, one judge let a terrorist go on vacation after
Yeah,
the
like
January 6th. That's when Ted
we
Cruz
don't
got
get that.
went off to
We don't get that
Mexico.
option.
And let me say this. I know Ted and Greg and Dan, they got the people listening. I may not be talking about y'all that much, but we still gonna vote y'all up out of here. Time for y'all. So don't worry, your day is coming next year. So we're gonna vote you out. Just in case you didn't know, we're still gonna vote you out. It's gonna take everybody to do it. That's why it's so important. Vote. Don't depend on the next man to do it for you. It take all of us. Like you say, back in the old days, it take a village to raise a child. Well, it take a village to folks out and get laws made that's gonna benefit all of us, and not these white laws to give black folks, black and brown folks, more time in jail. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
We don't
saying,
need the people who are waiting on JFK Jr. to be resurrected to make these laws up. But
I feel like Kyle Rittenhouse way. I keep yawning. So those are some of the stories we talked about tonight. Um, but now we're gonna first of all, I love my in-laws. I have some of the greatest in-laws in the world. You mess with my in-laws, we going to town. That's all to it. My in-laws are good. But apparently everybody don't have good in-laws.
but it took I mean, but this is like even the town he's from, Looneyville, West Virginia.
I thought it was fake.
Hmm. I mean, because it's absurd. Um, so apparently, a man, they said, allegedly beat father-in-law to death with a leaf blower over argument about pigs. And the picture, he looked like he would be somebody randomly with a leaf blower over random topics. Like, Marvel's the best over DC, like random. But he, let's see, it says he's been arrested. Um, and this is from Parkersburg News and Sentinel. 26-year-old Andrew Franklin Bush got into a violent argument with his father-in-law, William Greathouse. Um, they attempted, so this started when they attempted to lift a pig onto the back of a truck. The cage they wanted to place the pig in fell from the back of the truck, which prompted a physical fight between the two men. According to the criminal complaint file, Bush struck Greathouse in the head with a leaf blower during the fight. They said that Greathouse was later discovered unconscious by authorities in the back of the truck. Quote, he was still unconscious, not breathing, and beginning to turn blue in the face and hands. The victim had also had an obvious indentation in his forehead that had a small open laceration, end quote. And that's from the Rowan County Magistrate Court. Um, so yeah, he was questioned about the fight, and he stated that the father-in-law antagonized him and threatened him before things got physical. Um, Bush said that he punched Greathouse so hard he knocked his glasses off, which prompted him to hit back. After that, Bush said he picked up the leaf blower and swung the device at Greathouse head, and he told the authorities that he was, quote, was mad and felt like he wanted to hurt Greathouse, end quote. So yeah, uh, he is being held on a $100,000 cash bond and has been charged with second-degree murder and malicious assault. And if convicted, he could face 10 to 40 years behind bars.
Mm. Now, Can you imagine how that conversation went? You want to do a role play?
No, because I can't even like there's not like there's nothing that would even justify just going to blows over something like that. You know what I mean? Like I could see like him razzing him like you lift like a girl, pick up that you know what I mean? Like, but I'm sure there's more to it. I was trying to pull up the picture, but it's not allowing me to click on it on my phone for some reason. Um, so I
With
guess
the smile he
as the
had,
man.
with the smile on his face, it looked like he was
Uh
pretty
huh.
happy. Now,
Yeah.
I read one story where he actually said maybe the leaf blower was a little bit too much.
Wait, I think I had to. I'm showing it. Hold on. I mean, look at that dopey fella. He just looks sorry. Like
It
he
looked like he
probably
said, "Yeah."
didn't pick it up right, or it was too heavy. Like you know how people get lazy when they're lifting things, and it's like now you know you can lift that higher than that.
He was trying to get back to Martin Combat,
He was
trying
trying
to
to get
get
back to
back to
something,
Xbox or PlayStation or
or maybe
something.
he was trying to have some more alone time with the pig. I don't know. Allegedly,
He finna have some alone time, but it ain't finna be with a pig.
they gonna be making him squeal like a pig. Listen, that movie scarred me for life. I saw it one time. I was like, this was in the 70s.
Wait a minute, what movie
He
were you
delivered.
watching?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Yeah, because I always heard that scene, squeal like a pig, but I never knew what it was from. I had never seen the movie. Because, I listened to Howard Stern back in the day, and they would always play that clip. Or was it Russ Martin? It was one of them, and they always played that clip. And so finally I
mm,
stayed up again way later than I should have stayed up. And it was on, and I was like, let me watch this movie. And I was scarred for life. Like I had to
yeah,
Google
that
when
you
this was
should have been.
made, and I was shocked that that was not banned even back then.
Okay, hold the picture up again for me.
I already got rid of it, bruh.
Oh,
Like I had to actually search for it on my phone because it wouldn't pull up from the
oh.
DM that I
Well,
sent you.
the look that he have on his face, I could just imagine how that interview went with the police. So did you have to hit him with the leaf blower?
He was losing that fight
Was
apparently.
there? Leaf blower was just a little bit too much, but I felt good. Okay, so we're gonna
I mean,
arrest you.
this is a man who finally won the war. Like, I don't know what his father-in-law looks like, but this man probably didn't like him to begin with, to be with his daughter, and then
I
he
felt
came
that.
and picked up a cage. He's like, you have one job. And it probably just like that was probably like the final straw. You know what I mean? Because he don't look like he amounts to anything. As a matter of fact, his wife probably is a breadwinner. We don't know. But some tells me that the father-in-law laid into him. Like he was like, "Oh, you want to hit somebody with? Oh, you want to slap somebody? Oh, you want to hit somebody with a trash can lid?" Like he was probably going all in, and then he was like desperate, found this leaf blower in the back of the truck and just wham, like because he was losing the battle.
Then they said he turned around and walked back into the house, according to witness.
Yeah, because they had to find him. Yeah, because it's like they just having to find the dude in the trunk, in the truck bed, and he was probably just like drinking his beer, like talking under his breath. still complaining.
I can imagine the conversation he may be having right now. Hey man, what you in here for? Shit, I killed my
Murder.
father-in-law with a I'm yeah, I'm in for murder. Who you killed? I killed my father. What? Yeah, my father-in-law with a goddamn leaf blower. We
And
was
that's
trying to
probably
pick
exactly
up.
what he say.
We was trying to pick up this old pretty ass pig, this white ass pig, and pulling his weight, and I dropped that son bitch, and he went on hitting me. And from that point, I just said, "Fuck it." Bam. So what you do after? I turned
Why?
around and walked in the house like it wasn't shit.
Yeah. He probably like, I hit that son of a bad bitch. That's some of my. And I went inside and had me some beers.
So uh, what they say when they book you? Shit, I smiled on my picture. Remember when they was doing that thing? That's my man. Yep, I'm
I
guilty.
did it.
I
I
killed that
stood by
son
it.
bitch for hitting me after I dropped that goddamn pig, and then I found and knocked his ass out cold with that leaf blower. I sure enough did. That pig probably was for Thanksgiving dinner.
They were gonna make. They were gonna try to make some money for little Sally Mae. They were selling that pig,
Well,
and he couldn't even act right. As a matter of fact, what happened to that
listen,
pig? Because I didn't hear what happened to that pig. Like, was that eventually? Like, was it still just at the side of the truck? Like, he just dropped everything.
I want to know what the
Uh,
pig had to say.
the
The
pig
pig
was
probably
living his best life.
like,
Like, I ain't gonna get sold today.
now the pig not now he already got some. I guess I won't be going to the
Well, probably
slaughterhouse
not,
no
because I mean, some
time
says it
soon.
was his father-in-law's pig. So, I mean, it's probably back where in the backyard somewhere. They trying to figure out who it belongs to.
They fighting over the pig now.
Because it got some purty lips.
Purty lip and a wide ass. So D. That's that's what that pig got. Pretty lips and a wide ass. Put some lipstick on them thing and it's on. But yeah, I know if y'all just not tuning this and speak on it with who you with Kirk though. Me and Miss Risky just having fun tonight. Between her sinuses and my itis, and I haven't ate yet.
Metritis.
Haven't ate
Like
yet.
whatever it is, it's got itis at the end.
Exactly. Uh, now I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Um, next week I have some well deserved time off. I need to regroup. Need to regroup. Um, I think we back on next Thursday. I will run replays up until then, but you can always catch the replays on Anchor.fm, any one of their platforms. We're on several different platforms with them. You can go there or YouTube. Be the way, wherever you go, subscribe to the channel. Uh, I'm gonna take a break because I definitely need it. Um, I shared with the people the other day, Miss Risky. Since July, I have lost 30 pounds. That's
I
good.
found a few of those.
Oh, okay. But don't send me your bill clothes either, because uh, way I'm dropping weight, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to go shopping soon. Um,
We tying ropes
Um,
around your waist.
I finna say, when you got a tie knot in your drawers to keep them on. I'm just joking. I don't tie no damn knots in my drawers to keep them. No, but I'm just saying. I know probably in the next couple of weeks I'm gonna have to go shop. Some of my shirts and my pants. It's like I be trying to hold on for dear life. I'm like, God damn, I lost this much weight. But yeah. So I'm gonna take a miniature vacation uh, to come back refreshed, and we're gonna get this thing started again through the holidays, and we're gonna announce when when our last show will be. Uh, this is it. This month, yeah. Soon we're gonna have a counselor on the show, and we're gonna try to get two of them on before the end of the year. So try to get two counselors on before the end. Dealing with malicious parent syndrome. So we're gonna do that. Miss, before we step ease out of here like Homer Simpson, um, let the people know where they can.
You can find me online at RSKEE on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, pretty much everywhere. I live on Instagram, rskeebooks.com. You can check out my works and my page, rskee at yahoo.com if you want to send me a message or some story ideas for the next few shows. Not going to be doing history the rest of the year. So you can give me some materials for the next year. Um, and that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it.
And also, I should have announced this before because we are coming into the holiday season. If there's organizations out there that is going to be giving away meals to family, doing anything to help the community. I know Friendship West does a lot. You could go to their website and take part in that. But if it's any other organization that's going to be doing anything like that, definitely reach out to me. Who you with? KurtDog at mail.com. Who you with? KurtDog at mail.com. And let us know for we can touch bases. We can promote the things that you're doing in the community because it do take all of us to be a part of it. Um, and I'm gonna open it up nationwide because but please have your stuff in order. Have your stuff in order because I will be checking to make sure these things and not just trying to get free stuff. So um preferably if you are a 501c3 business. So definitely reach out to us for we can promote it. And so definitely do it. And you can find me, I'm gonna be honest with you, send me a message on any social media, send me a message. That's about the easiest way I will get back with you. Send me a message. Emails are good. As over the weekend, I'm gonna clean them out. I've been trying, but right now, how many emails? I have 1,126 emails, and I've been deleting them. So I go through them. If it's something I need, I read it, open it up, read it. Anything else, I just get rid of. So definitely send me an email. In the title, put uh, holiday stuff or whatever, and we'll go from there. But other than that, um, y'all enjoyed us. I will be doing replays. I'm taking time off, and please continue to support the show in many ways. And if we team up with an organization, we want y'all to step up and help donate also. I know last year, um, from Dope Boy to Hope Boy came on, he was giving away free Thanksgiving vegan meals, and the show actually donated to him uh, to be able to do that. So um, that's what we will be doing, and just continue to support our community, and I go from there. T Cal said I will be watching, which is always good. I appreciate you and everyone that support the show. And we're getting ready to make 2 years next year. And that's going to be interesting. So we're trying to do some big things coming up next year. Um, so other than that, do you have anything else you want to add, Miss Risky? Have you found someone that can print those games?
No.
Okay.
They don't want me to be excellent.
If you know someone that can do great for a card game,
Custom
um,
cards. Yeah.
custom cards, please reach out to Miss Risky or myself. If you me, I would definitely make sure she get it immediately. Um, but uh, send it to us for we can pass it on because this game is good. It's gonna be good. So hopefully, find somebody that can do that. We're still looking for book agents. Book agents, we need them. I'm ready to get this book published and go from there. Out of that, because my eyes are heavy, and I haven't even made dinner yet. But other than that, we love each and every one of you. We thank y'all for supporting us, and we will be back on next Thursday, 8. And please watch the replays. Until then, peace.